What is up, my friends? How's it going? And welcome back to the third episode of our Let's Play series, the live series with the Nervii, with your fellow comrade Summary. Hopefully you all can see the game and I have loaded into the game. Sorry for the slight delay. And previously we had been attacked by the Lusitani to the south. And we... just checking... Is the stream working? And yes. And sorry about that. Yeah, okay. My second monitor was turned off. Alright, anyways, the Lusitani has attacked us and taken over Britannia. We have confederated with some of the Gallic tribes to the south, and the Lusitani might attack me over here. That is the hope, at least. So I can draw them closer to the heartlands of the Nervii. However, without any further ado, let us go ahead, end the turn and see what happens. Meanwhile, we have Slugos to Remy making its way down to Nemesis to deal with the Lusitanian threat. And we also have Slugos for Morini that is recruiting up a fourth army over here. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Hello Aryan Rana, what's up? How's it going? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome Ajay and welcome Adrian Tandeki. So pretty much over here in the end turn, we're gonna wait and see what the Lusitani are up to. They could perhaps even attack Tolosa. It's pretty much a toss-up. I think the priority is they always tend to attack armies, so let's hope that's what they do. Alright, here's what we go. Okay, they go to attack Tolosa, and that is bad news for us. So we are just going to auto-resolve this because there's no way we are going to be able to fight that 41 stack, and the Lusitani are going to pay dearly for this. And they have sacked the settlement even. Hello Acre. Welcome to the live stream, and yes, how do I have 40 unit armies enabled? That is because I am using a save parser, which is an application with which you can edit your save game files to have 41 stack armies. And it's not 40 units armies, it's 41 stacks. Talksburg, Primus Inter Paris, how are you? Welcome to the live stream, man. I'm really missing your channel. It's been very inactive lately. How are you doing? Yes, we are playing as the Blue Walkers. We have, conquered quite a considerable bit, and we have managed to even confederate a few factions. However, we are having a bit of a trouble because the the Lusitanian have decided to backstab us. And we are going to take the extra campaign movements so that we can get there faster. Meanwhile, Slugos 3 has about 4 turns till it's fully recruited. A quick look at the situation in Britannia. It's not looking good. We have a bunch of pirates over here. And the main public order issue is from raiding as well as the building unrest. Alright, so we are in a bit of a pickle, and I did expand far too quickly without considering the protection of my south. However, in my defense, I did not expect the Lusitani to backstab me. So pretty much Talksburg and Immersoholic played this composition with the Lusitani versus the Nervii, and it seems like the Lusitani in this instance has the upper hand. I'm good, man. Just had a bunch of uni stuff to deal with. How are you doing, mate? I'm doing good, man. Thank you for asking, and hopefully your channel will be back up and running soon enough. And for those of you who are in the live stream who do not know, Primus Inter Paris Talksburg is one of the best, if not the best, content creator. He's very entertaining, and a lot of my Roman series is a direct inspiration from him. So I do recommend you guys to check out his channel if you have the time to do so. And even if you don't have the time to do so, I recommend you make that time to have a look at his channels. Some of his narrative campaigns are amazing. Just the quality. It's not the informative campaign that I kind of do. He does more of cinematics. So it is basically mine is kind of like a blend between his. Alright, so they have released a faction, unfortunately. And is this faction at war against us? Yes, they are. Maybe we can piece them out.
Come on.
Moderate, they accept. That's good. I'm happy with that. And we are going to move towards Burdigala as quickly as possible. They're going to make a rush towards Narbo, so I'm going to pretty much lose all of my southern provinces, with the exception of Nemesis, of course. However, up here in the north, we can go ahead and disband some of these units and build up the Reme Maripos cavalry. Let's go ahead and disband these units and go ahead and build up the Reme Maripos cavalry. There we go. Okay. Just 3 more turns before my doom stack reaches the bottom. Okay, let's have a quick look at our army limits. We are at the maximum limit. What could happen is that the Pictones capture Burdigala, and then I might be able to confederate them, as I do believe.
Friend, what an honor you do us. Come speak so that the spirits can hear
Interesting.
your words.
All right. Nothing much else to do in this turn, but what we want to do definitely is do some politics and try to improve the public order in Britannia. In Britannia, what we really need is to culturally convert the province as quickly as possible. However, a quick look at our economy. We're doing quite good. What's going on here? Okay. Britannia is quite low, but once the public order reaches its maximum, then it will be a much better situation. However, speaking of a much better situation, we want to upgrade our characters for that economic as well as the public order. Meanwhile, a champion has also leveled up. We can get the further movement range. Perfect. And I think what we need to do is we desperately need to hire some governor generals over here, so we're gonna have to wait until the next couple of turns. The economy is way worse than I expected. George C, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Glad to have you with us. Yes, the economy is way worse, and we have 3 armies that are double strength, which basically means we have 6 armies this early in the campaign. So I really haven't had the time to build up my economy. And speaking of economy, I don't really control the entirety of both of my economic provinces, which I intend for, Britannia as well as Gallia. So it's going to take some time. And if I could perhaps just, gain control of these 2 regions, then my economy will skyrocket. Yes, for those of you who don't know, a lot of you have been asking me to create an economic guide, and I have really been taking my sweet time to create that guide, and I haven't even started on those guides. And the reason being is that I collaborated with Toxberg, and if you check out his channel, my economic guide is available on his channel in 5 videos. Basically, he does a really good job. He breaks down the PDF that I have made and basically explains it video by video, so I would recommend to actually check that out, as opposed to, and since this guy is, could be targeted, so let us actually just move him behind over here. Alright, and what else? Okay, we have a couple of turns before we can recruit up, and we are going to get a rebellion over here. Quick look at our provinces. Alright, so we have to check where exactly we get that rebellion. Meanwhile, we have built up over here, so let's actually build another jewel smith or a mint. I think I like to call it a jewel smith, yes, because that is the highest variant of that building. However, even our dignitary has leveled up, so let's get that commercial stimulation edict as well as some empire maintenance reductions. We can go for some more ancillaries as well. Let's quickly end the turn once again. I think the Lusitani have kind of overextended over here slightly. And if they attack the Pictones, then they should take some casualties, which means my army should have about enough time to catch up to them in the next turn, and we should be making, we should have a pretty good battle on our hands. Toxburg, you should continue the economic series, maybe experiment with agriculture, industry, or culture income. Yes, definitely. I mean, agricultural income Toxburg in 1.32 has been significantly buffed, because previously the cattle ranch used to give 850 wealth from agriculture. However, right now it gives 8,000 wealth from agriculture, so it is actually very viable. And I think they've done this is because you know, Q Sertorius and Semen, who are two of the developers for Divided at Impera, alongside myself, of course, they really like barbarian factions, and barbarian factions are really economy based. Iska, so we have a rebellion at Iska, so we're gonna have to march our army towards Iska. And what we can do is we can just sit in the province of Iska and kind of wait out the rebellion, because each turn the rebellion is active, we get a plus 20 public order, so we might as well do that. Meanwhile, speaking of public order, we really want to improve our own public order. And right, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and upgrade this temple. Meanwhile, food-wise, economy-wise, we're actually losing a bit of money. And the Lusitani are really close to Nemesis, which means we could lose Nemesis, and I don't want to lose the character, so I'm gonna move him behind. Meanwhile, I'm going to move my army closer towards the Lusitanian stack and see what happens over here. Meanwhile, we also have our other army that's almost done recruiting up. And since our army is over here, we could recruit a couple more of the Remy Maripos. And we are going to go ahead and end the turn once again. And hopefully in the next turn we will deal with the Lusitani threat. Let's see what happens in the end turn. I have a feeling that they most likely will go to Nemesis, which is pretty annoying. Kind of lose all that population, but I promise you the Lusitanian will pay for it. And they do exactly what I want them to do, which is attack me. So we are going to quick save over here and hop into the battle. And it's going to be a tough battle. The Lusitani far outnumber us, but we do have the quality of troops as well as cavalry. As we can see over here, we have better cavalry. Not the best, of course, the best would be the Remy Maripos. And we're going to have to see, and we are even undermanned. I didn't realize that. So we do have limited cavalry, really. Yes, so all of the barbarians have had their temples updated, so they do have new effects as well, so definitely you should check it out. There has been a lot of work that's gone into the 1.32 patch. And alright, let's very quickly set up our army. Group 3, Group 4, okay. And our mainline units can be here and here. Let's put you up like that, perfect. Get our archers behind them, toggle on that guard mode. Meanwhile, we have our reserve infantry. I kind of forgot the setup of this army, really. And what we're going to do is put up group 6 over here, stretch them out real thin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there they have a narrower formation. Group 7, you're going to be on the right flank. And narrow them up. 7. Okay, excellent. And group 8, we're going to put you over here. Group 3, group 4, and the general on the right flank. Move our baggage train all the way in the back, and we finally have our reserve infantry, so we're going to set them up like so and narrow them down so now they can reinforce any side of the battlefield. Meanwhile, these two units, I want to narrow them just a little bit. There we go. Perfect, so that they have a denser and deeper rank so that they can have a little bit more staying power on the flanks. So let's go ahead and start the battle and have a look at the enemy and what they are trying to achieve. Quickly enable the tooltip. They do have some decent cavalry on either flanks. Meanwhile, they have a lot of spearmen, and each of these units are 300 men strong as opposed to our 200 men strong phalanx units. However, our units should be superior in a head-to-head confrontation. Meanwhile, they even have some Scutari, which are pretty good mercenary units with really good attack. Lusitanian medium swordsman, North Iberian axeman. Alright, we are going to fast forward it over here. Slowly move up our armies. Have a nice look at the entire battlefield. Right. Okay, and here on the right and left flank is where we are going to decide the battle. We are definitely going to need to deal with the enemy cavalry, and the enemy has a couple of javelin cavalry, so let's get our own javelin troops as an answer. Meanwhile, here on the right flank, our general is going to get charged straight off the bat. We are going to commit, and they are losing decisively. Just throw in our cavalry over there. Meanwhile, here on the left flank, let's quickly slow down the battle. Charge in, get our skirmisher units to throw the javelins into those units. Keep chasing the enemy cavalry. Double tap on 4 to see what's going on that right flank. Things are looking quite good. We can chase this cavalry. Okay, I forgot to enable my shield wall. Let's do that real quick. And we want to enable the guard mode over here. Okay, we're gonna move our skirmishers like this, and we're gonna commit our Agrarian type axemen on that side. Meanwhile, on the right flank, things are looking quite good. The enemy has engaged all of our lines. That's good. Get 2 of these units to charge that unit if you can. Meanwhile, you can go ahead, hit there. And our skirmishers kind of get caught up over there. Alright, losing decisively is what we need.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
And okay, the right flank is completely crushed. So let's avoid chasing them and just move our naked warriors in and around the enemy. And we need some reserves on that left flank, so let's move them up real quick. Go ahead, quickly charge over here. Group 5, or sorry, Group 8, you're gonna pull back. Alright, we're nearly done with the left flank as well, which is great. Now troops are nearly surrounding the enemy. We can select Group 4 to charge back at that cavalry unit. Meanwhile, our own cavalry on that left flank is really... Yeah, I really like this submod, George C, which kind of changes the banner icons. Very helpful, because kind of understand exactly what units are. Go to that narrow formation. We're going to charge the general over here. Alright, our reserve infantry have reached the position. Let's have a look at our flanks. Our flanks are suffering, so we need our other reserve infantry to reinforce the flanks, because the flanks could crumble and we don't want that. Meanwhile, get all of our skirmishers back over here. We are going to support you on the flanks right here. Meanwhile, charge you over here, spread out. And as I said, the flanks are wavering, so but it's not too bad. We can pretty much redeem it over there, because we have units just in time to protect our own flanks. Alright, let's get a cavalry in and around for that rear charge. Meanwhile, the skirmishers are going to throw their javelins into these units. They should take a lot of damage over here. Alright, these units have also broken, which is kind of dangerous. We're gonna commit one of our swordsmen to attack the other side of the unit. Meanwhile, over here, General is getting pelted. Now we can charge all of our naked warriors into the fray. And basically this should kind of, since they do have the fear ability, this should kind of rout that entire section. We have another unit that's escaping, or running away rather. We want to move our cavalry behind. Go ahead, attack over here. Alright, as you can see, that entire right flank is crumbling, which is good. Select this shield wall unit and kind of move it forward. I really hate this when units kind of, because of the retreating mechanic, they have this weird sort of a thing. Move.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Alright, we're gonna support this unit. Move all the way to the left flank. Keep clicking.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Okay, our general as well as our other cavalry can come behind. Go ahead, charge this unit. Oof, these units are pretty tanky, I'm not gonna lie.
This is a shameful display.
Alright. Nearly done over here. Okay, that's good. Perfect. And now we'll have to deal with that left flank. Just like that, we have won the battle, and I don't think we have lost any units. However, what we need to do is just group up all our cavalry. Go ahead, continue the attack, start hitting everyone in different directions. Keep chasing down the units. Naked warriors can also go ahead, start attacking random people. And the naked warriors are pretty powerful. Just look at the amount of kills. It's crazy. Right, cavalry is doing a good job over there. What's this? Is this my general? Why the hell is my general retreating? That is absolutely rubbish, but in any case. Okay, cavalry can come here. Just a lot of units actually. I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna end it because this could take forever. A heroic victory. We did manage to pretty much save our army. And we have dealt with the first major Lusitanian army. Just like that, we are going to retake southern provinces of Aquitania as well as Narbonensis. Now we have the advantage because we are fighting in Celtic territory, so which means at the next turn we should be also replenished. So let's go ahead and slave all these Lusitanians. And in the next turn we are going to attack them across the bridge. All those wavering flags is definitely in my top 10 satisfying things in life. Absolutely, man. When you see that, it's amazing. And that's why I actually like units with fear. They're just so powerful, especially if you stack up morale as one of your general skills, which is what I've been doing recently or off lately. Alright, so we are pretty decently leveled up over here. And we can attack this army. He will just retreat if I do that. Yeah, that was not a good idea. However, nothing much I can do about that. That was not the smartest of moves. Let's go ahead and upgrade this, build a temple over there. Ooh, look at our economy, really suffering. And we are gonna have to bump up the taxation all the way up and move our general into the settlement of Iska. And this is not looking good. The Caledoni are looking pretty scary over here. We're gonna have to see how that happens. We could be finding ourselves fighting a two-front war, but we'll have to wait and see until the next turn. However, we can see if we can do some politics. Yes, we can get some money, which is what we desperately need. It's gonna make things a little bit unbearable. Quickly send a character over there. And okay, all of our characters are leveled up with the exception of this character. Send her on a leisure time to get that extra bit of cunning. We can go ahead, end the turn, but one of our characters has leveled up. And it is the commander of this army, so we're going to go for the upkeep cost reduction. And just like that, our economy is looking a lot better. Meanwhile, cultural conversion, no, I don't really like this. But might as well get it. There's no other better option. Alright, 8 melee attack skill is pretty good. And now we can move this army, which is our most elite army, towards either Britannia or down south. But we'll have to see how that goes. However, let's go ahead and end the turn. Which DLC I need to play Nervii? Caesar in Gaul. That's actually a pretty nice campaign. What I like about the DLC campaigns is that they have a really fleshed out and detailed map, which means there are a lot of strategic features like mountains, rivers and so forth that you can use to your advantage, as opposed to the grand campaign where everything is kind of zoomed out. So you can't have that many features, of course. We have another Lusitanian stack. It's gonna pretty much... Yeah, I'm not gonna be fighting this one. Right. Oh, he released another faction. Man, the Lusitani have been annoying to say the least. But they are gonna pay for it with the very first army getting destroyed at Burdigala. And then I'm gonna march south and take over everything. Really annoying. Okay, let's just go ahead and attack the Lusitani once and for all. Easy auto-resolve. I am gonna auto-resolve this one. Peacefully occupy the settlement. It is Celtic. Of course, even upgrade the stables over here. You can see our economy is much better now. And we are going to march this army, which is full. I'm gonna march him down south. and try to conquer everything. And what we need over here is to basically... Kind of forgot my army traditions. Let's have a quick look. Alright, so we get this. No arrows. That will give me this, which is quite good. So let's get the blue one. Alright. Hey. That's good. I'm happy with that. So what do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need one more Reme Maripos and a Belgic chariot eventually. Very quick look to see if these guys will join a confederation. It's on moderate. Will they accept it for a payment? Okay, I need a bit more money for them to confederate. So what we need to do is once again embezzle funds, and let's try that now. Do have 3,000.
Welcome. We will talk and then we will feast until our guts rumble and our backsides ache from over you.
Okay, nice.
I will take word of our
Some good stuff over there.
put it before my people. They will feast in
Nice.
celebration.
They have the right buildings as well, which is pretty much what we wanted. And where are my spies? I only have one spy, is it? No, I have 2 spies. Okay, they're both in Britannia. And we're gonna have to see. They have another Lusitanian stack over here. Alright, let's go ahead and end the turn. What I really need is to confederate the Namnetis, because once I do that, then I will be making a lot more income. And with that income, I can pretty much even recruit a 4th army, which is what I desperately need for now.
We will come for you.
Ah, the Caledonians have declared war on me. They might actually go for Rete. Oof, that's not looking good. Yeah, it's not looking good. And their other army is in ambush stance over there. Alright, it's good. They haven't taken the settlement. They have sacked it, rather. Maybe we can piece them out. We desperately need to piece them out. We have no way of holding on to the settlement, unfortunately. No way of defending Britannia. And basically fighting this 2-front war is really hurting us big time. And we're gonna have to see how we can play with our diplomacy. Trade, this is exactly what we need. You will pay me quite handsomely. 4,000. That will be helpful to kind of piecing out the Caledoni just for now, just temporarily, until we can, you know, kind of improve our situation in Britannia. Alright, their ally has just broken their agreement with them. We are going to just piece them out. Join Confederation. I don't think there's a point to this. Okay, they will join the Confederation, so we could just wait a bit and go ahead get that army replenishment as well. Desperately need that. Convert this for the growth rate and build another one of these stables. Okay, fantastic. Quite clearly what we need to do is actually send this army up north. I was kind of hoping that I would be able to send him down south, but north is where most of the trouble is. And what we can do is just for now temporarily try to piece the Caledoni. They are on moderate and they accept, which is kind of nice. And maybe they will even get a trade agreement with us.
A flapping tongue that speaks
which is on
without
high, so
wisdom
you're
is
gonna
not
pay me.
welcome.
You might
Be
as well,
like a spit.
since you did take money from me.
I will take
You won't accept a non-aggression, however, that's okay. And I need just one of each. And yes, I have another army that's fully built up over here. Lugos, Nervii. That's great. Next up, I want to get the Namnetes to join the war against the Lusitanian, so that I can confederate them as well. Just pay them up as much as we can. They're not interested. Alright. Alright, let's have a quick look at our politics. Sergeant Meme Suraj, hello, welcome to the live stream. Glad to have you with us. And just send this character over here on another leisure time to get that final bit of cunning. Meanwhile, this army can come back down, or rather, I am going to send him into Britannia. It's time we conquer Britannia. And basically, what we can do is just repair some of these buildings. Go ahead and end the turn. So Britannia is going to be an agricultural economy. Meanwhile, we are going to do a commerce-based economy in Gallia itself. We're kind of just waiting to be able to conquer Namnet in one way or the other. And if we are able to do that, then that should be quite a massive boost. And we're not going to take any chances against the Caledoni. What we want to do is basically capture Eboricon, and of course that final settlement, which I believe is in Britannia. I don't know what's it called, I think. I don't know what's it called. But basically the settlement in Wales. Right, and we have Lusitanians haven't joined. Okay, let's move our army into Britannia. And now is where these rebels will start decreasing the public order, so I want to attack them real quick. And as you can see, my economy is already starting to do quite well. Let's just auto-resolve this one. It's a fairly easy battle, and we are going to enslave these captives. Quickly dispatch them, move back towards Iska. Public order is looking a lot better. And the economy is at 9,378. The Lusitanian dilemma is looking a little bit better for now, however, things can be even better, unfortunately. And we're gonna just turn off the taxation over here. We don't need to tax this province. We really want the public order instead. And what we are suffering over here is we are missing out on some second-class population, which is kind of what we need to replenish. And what we can do is start to recruit some of the more elite Remy Maripos cavalry. I kind of want to do that simultaneously, but just let's see how that goes. We are going to disband this cavalry, which is the second-class cavalry, so that should give us some leeway to replenish our troops. But we're going to do that in the next turn, because we should be able to replenish within this turn. But that is good news. Meanwhile, can we get any other extra spies over here? No, we can't, but we can get another dignitary, which I don't really need. What we are going to do is send our characters to improve the public order of certain provinces, such as Britannia, which is more important. And improving the public order in Britannia will be so critical to improving our economy as well, so that's definitely what we are going to have to do next. I wonder if I could piece out the Lusitani, because that would give me a lot of breathing space, which is exactly kind of what I need for now. And they do have a 20 stack that's outside Burdigala, and the reason I can tell that is due to the flags, the banner submod. And I will explain that in the next turn. It's basically 2 stars shows that they have a 20 stack. A single star is a 10 stack, 3 stars is a 30 stack, and the big star is a completed up army. So it's a very nifty tool if you are playing with 41 unit armies. Alright, we're gonna do nothing, we don't have the money. Okay. Fantastic, move our army across. Get towards Caledoni. Meanwhile, have researched technology as well. What we need is... what can I do to upgrade these buildings? I need this, so I'm gonna research that building. Meanwhile, this army has almost completely replenished, but they will not replenish in this turn because we are missing out on some Paggy class. So what we are going to do is slowly phase out our cavalry. Go ahead, recruit a couple of these cavalry units. That's 3 of them. And we are going to just disband a couple of these cavalry units as well. Okay. Quick look at our politics. Promote this character for the extra tax rate. Okay, what we need to do is Remy chieftains. That's okay. We need to get a couple more governor generals, especially in Britannia, if we are going to have to turn around the public order situation. However, let's go ahead and end the turn and have a look. Hello, Panagiotis. Panagiotis. Galani. Galanus, okay. Panagiotis, Galanus. How are you all? Ceterum autem censeo Carthaginum esse delendum. Okay, so we have some more Lusitanians pouring into Burdigala. So we're gonna have to fight them off, fend them off, and perhaps deal with the situation. I'm not entirely sure if I should have sent that army up north to Britannia, because that is... the south is where we're having a lot of pressure. But we're gonna have to see. The main thing is if we conquer the entirety of the British Isles, then we don't need any army up here in the north, which could be really helpful, because then we would have 3 full stacks down in the south ready to deal with the Lusitani. And so because of that, I'm just staying a little bit defensive. And as you can see, we do have some Paggy now, so we should be able to replenish in this turn. Oof, oof, oof.
Ready for orders.
Right. Let's quickly have a look over here, piece these guys out. They don't want a piece. Pay them a little bit. No, they don't want a piece. Right, okay. I'm not gonna send this army back down south. We are gonna move up north. This army is a full stack. That's good. What we need to do is we really need to attack one of these armies, but I do fear that he will retreat towards his friendly unit, so we're gonna move around a little bit. And there we go. Okay, now he's retreated closer to our settlement. It should be quite an easy auto-resolve. Let's auto-resolve that one. And
is mother to us all.
I think it's Pana. Okay, I tried to pronounce it. I completely butchered it, but I do know a couple of the, you know, Greek alphabet, so I could kind of sort of read it.
I live to serve the people of Gaul.
All right, let's improve this character. Get some extra tax rate. Okay, perfect. And what we need to see is we need to see our politics as well. Can go ahead, improve the zeal as well as the authority of this character. And then send her on a vacation. Perfect. Meanwhile, our faction leader can educate some children. So let's go ahead, educate the children. And economy-wise, Gallia is slowly starting to pick up. And just imagine how crazy it will be once I actually control the entirety of the province. So let's just quickly end the turn and pretty much have a look at what the Lusitani will be up to. Trade agreement with Roma, which is exactly kind of what we need, and it is on high. So let's actually take that trade agreement. And maybe even a non-aggression. But if it's on so high, then perhaps you will be willing to do a non-aggression with some extra payment. So there's definitely that. Sergeant Memes Farage, you mean the unit models on the campaign map? Yeah, definitely you can, you know, build some long houses or some, you know, tribal chieftain houses, those really long houses that they used to have. That would be a very good improvement, in my opinion, at least. Hey. The rebellion's imminent. And okay, sorry, I just had a phone call. I had to, you know, quickly answer that. However, alright, I think it is time to push up north. Meanwhile, over here, we are out of supplies. Or is it disease? Come on. Really? Move our army across into this territory. We're quickly going to conquer these guys. Unfortunately, the disease is pretty annoying. And we just can't get a break. However, speaking of a break, the Romans were friendly with us. Let's go ahead, get that non-aggression. Wonderful. They won't pay us for it, but it is pretty good. And will the Lusitanians actually piece us out? Because that would be quite helpful. It's on low, so nothing much we can do about that. However, our armies are almost completely replenished. We just have about 3 more units to fully replenish our armies. We don't have anything going on for us over here. We are going to just stay put in this province for now. Just basically see how things develop. And we can improve the public order in Aquitania. We also want to improve the public order in Britannia, because Britannia is really being a big, massive problem. Okay. If I turn off the taxation over here, I am losing money. That will help with the public order situation just a little bit. But what we really need to do is we need to hire characters. And I think the building we have over here actually gives extra experience to newly recruited generals. So let's actually recruit them from this tab. And this guy gives public order, so let's get him. This guy gives empire maintenance, so we can also get him. Get both of them to command fleets. Deploy you over there. Another one of you can raise a fleet again. Deploy you in there. Perfect. We can level you up now. Focusing on that public order for sure. Okay, I think I have selected it for this guy. And a public order. Get some more public order. Agriculture. We need something agriculturally based over here. This just gives commerce as well as tax. We don't really have any agricultural buffs. But that's not really a problem. Let's go ahead and rename this Elder Iskar and Elder Caledoni. Okay, perfect. And we can maybe even put up the taxes again. 21, it's pretty bad actually. Let's quickly... And we do have Celtic as a major culture now in Britannia, which is kind of good. But the main problem is, of course, our slaves. You know what? We need to convert this building. Kind of forgot that. Alright. Let's go ahead, end the turn, but we do have a little bit of a situation with our money. However, nothing to worry. We can embezzle funds with certain characters just to get a little bit of money for that end turn. Otherwise, we will go bankrupt. Rome is in Iberia. Rome has expanded really quickly. They already have Africa by the looks of it. And question, would you ever want to get a job at CA or any other gaming publishing company? No, I'm not interested in that. Theos Zombie, greeting summary. Glad to join your stream again. Glad that you made it and welcome to the live stream. What we're going to do is actually going to declare a quick war against the Caledoni. And once we do that, we can pretty much piece them out immediately. And just grab a little bit more of Britannia, which is what we need. We desperately need that for our economy. And then I can pretty much just leave one army in Britannia. Because they will be quite good at dealing with the Caledoni in the future. Or at least defending our province of Britannia. Yes, Panagiotis. The economic province is Gallia as well as Britannia. Okay, let's go ahead and quickly... can't reach. Alright, we're gonna have to move a little bit closer. Okay, we have a spy over here who's pretty well leveled up. Let's actually sabotage the army if we can. Nope. I don't want to do that. We cannot do that, unfortunately. So let's actually just declare the war. We need to declare the war. And of course we want to break our trade agreement with them.
Greetings.
Now we are going to declare the war real quick. And we can auto-resolve this one. And could we sack it? I don't want to, because of course our public order is pretty bad. What we need to do is perhaps just occupy it. I wish I could sack it, but it doesn't seem like I can. And now we can dismantle a couple of these buildings. And in the next turn we can attack Eboracon. However, this army is looking quite dangerous, and we do have a fleet over here that could reinforce, so we could have a problem over there. Alright, meanwhile down south, Things are looking quite decent. And I don't know. Okay. Right. No, I don't want to build anything else. What I want to do is maybe turn down the taxation. And that might seem absolutely retarded, and switch this on. That's giving minus 17, unfortunately. Really to do with these pirates. Public order. What if I turn this down? I make a lot of economic problems, so might as well just do that. Go ahead, end the turn, and see what happens in the next turn. Meanwhile, we can get a little bit more cunning. Okay. I think we should perhaps just peace out these guys. I mean, we have Britannia. Ooh, they reject. Okay, so they might even attack us. And we might be in quite a bit of a trouble over here. Let's go ahead, end the turn. Panagiotis, yeah, I think that's what it is. I do have a friend who has the same name actually. Panagiotis Galanis. And the Caledoni could attack me over here in... There we go. There we go. We're gonna have a massive battle. Oof, we're gonna have a massive battle. Let's quick save over here. Hop into the battle. Quick look at the army compositions. Alright. And let's go ahead and fight this on the battlefield. Unfortunately, our cavalry took the brunt of the damage. And of course our naked warriors, so it's going to be a little bit tough. But we should be able to pull it off, and if we pull it off, then we have a massive advantage against the Caledoni. We might even continue our campaign against the Caledoni and kind of wipe them off entirely, thereby securing our northern border and the ability to move our armies down south. Hey, here we go. In the battle. I have no idea where the enemy army is coming from. Let's quickly group up our units. Get all of our cavalry in 2 groups. Meanwhile, our phalanx units can kind of get them in groups of 4. 4 and 2. Meanwhile, get all of our swordsmen in 1 group. Another group. We have a couple of these spearmen who are quite useful. Alright, okay, I think I'm happy with the groups for now. And what we need to do is we kind of need to arrange our phalanx units to kind of block off. I just want 3 units. Okay, you're gonna be here. 1, 2, 3. You are gonna be here. Okay, and the other way they can come is from here, but we have 4 units and we're gonna put them here in the middle, and we're not gonna activate the phalanx mode because we kind of want to see which side the enemy is coming from. Meanwhile, our cavalry can be group 3, group 4. Move our archers all the way over here. Okay. And our swordsmen. Swordsmen can hold out over here in case the enemy decides to land in that direction. Skirmisher units can... They're already there, they're already positioned. What do we have over here? We have our naked warriors. We haven't really done much with them. Let's go ahead and put our naked warriors like that. Our other spearmen can kind of form up over here in case the enemy decides to... Alright, perfect. I think I'm happy with that, but we can lay some traps and I have no idea where to position them, so I'm just gonna randomly position them and start the battle. I think they should come from the east, come to think of it. Yup, they are coming from the east. So what we need to do is move all of our guys over here real quick. That is why I didn't activate the shield wall ability, so that they can move a lot quickly. Meanwhile over here, this fleet should be easy to deal with. Let's actually move our cavalry in that direction. Try to attack all of these units. Okay, get our swords unit to kind of be a reserve over here. And we are going to control group all of this so that we can go ahead and attack these units. Just waiting for them. And of course the enemy general has done what he usually does. And let's go ahead and charge into all of these units. We can slow down the battle now. Pretty much quickly dispatching the enemy fleet over here. We do kind of need to watch out if the enemy comes around this side. By the looks of it, all of them are going to be here, so these couple of phalanx units will not be required. What we can do is very quickly reposition, remove the shield wall, reposition them, so that we get a much more denser formation. And I'm going to group all of my cavalry into one group. Okay. Fantastic. Did I miss anything in the last 20 minutes? Not much. I did declare war against the Caledoni, so I am basically fighting them. And we'll have to see how that goes. Alright, let's get our chariots over here. They are looking like they want to come in this direction. So we're going to have to be a little bit careful. However, what we can do over here is put these guys into phalanx formation. Go ahead. Charge these units. Alright, our archers can come in this direction. Meanwhile, our skirmisher units can come here. Alright, move our chariots. The chariots are incredibly weak, however, they should be able to deal some damage at least. Keep moving them, and here's the trick about chariots, you want to keep moving them. We just have a huge blob over there. Move up all of our swordsmen out of there. Get our chariots out as well. Okay.
The enemy general is dead.
Oh, come on, move the chariots. These guys are in group 1. I want them to be in another group. Chariots can be group 4. Move you out. And you can recharge the enemy. And then we're going to deal with this side of the battlefield. After which we will have a lot of troops to deal with the other side. Okay, we're nearly done.
Our general is under attack.
Fantastic. Where's our general? Okay, we're going to move you over here. Oh, we have a couple of these units. I kind of forgot that. We're going to just position you here in case the enemy tries to come around. Get our cavalry all the way over here. We're going to do a massive charge and this entire blob should get absolutely destroyed. Meanwhile, on this side, phalanx units have kind of engaged. Oh, I forgot to turn on the phalanx mode. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn on the shield wall. That could be quite costly actually. But thankfully we should be able to rout out these units. And then we can get all of our phalanx units on that side. Okay, let's get these guys over here. Because they do have that fear ability. And they're not needed. So we're just going to get them here. And we're going to get you around. Meanwhile, we can even get these guys around. Cavalry can move back. We can charge our chariots in there. Okay, we have taken a bit of losses because we forgot to turn on our shield wall over there. Let's go ahead, charge this. Move our chariots all the way over there. And chariots can do pretty much a lot of damage. As you can see, just 14 chariots have managed to get close to 150 kills. Hey, we're done. Dealt with that. Fantastic. Go ahead and move our cavalry in this direction. And here. Meanwhile, naked warriors can charge into the backs of these units. They do have the fear ability, so they should be able to quickly rout out the enemy units. And our phalanx units over here can get rid of their phalanx. Chariots can come back here. Select all of these units. Undo the shield wall, and you can come up over here real quick. We have these guys in position. Just control group them. Now they can charge into the backs of the enemy. Fantastic. And as you can see, even though this unit has like a lot of units, it's that fear ability that's already making them break. Hey. Get our cavalry around. Alright, we already broken one unit, which is great. This unit is kind of getting surrounded. Gonna have to reinforce him.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Meanwhile, Group 7, keep attacking.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, we're nearly done on this side. That is great. Select this entire blob, just keep attacking these units over there. Now they are losing crazily quick, so that's good. Meanwhile, our cavalry can charge into these archers. We're going to take a couple of these cavalry units, group them in another group. And go for those archers. Okay, fantastic. Get our naked warriors around. over here. Meanwhile, our Agrarian kind of axeman, very similar unit. Move our cavalry here
One of our
so
units
that
is
he
using
can
its
attack
ammunition.
that archer unit. Okay, these couple of units, these spear units are actually really good at holding the line, so we can kind of sort of do that. Select all of our phalanx units and engage in the phalanx mode and just drag them out. Oh, come on. Quite difficult to do this with so many enemies. Alright. And we need to give some of our other phalanx units some rest, because that's going to be problematic if we don't do that. Meanwhile, group 4, group 3, you can hit that unit all the way in the back. A couple of you can come this direction. Group 3. Need to get these guys here. You can come here. Pull these guys behind. Pull our swordsmen behind. Give them some rest.
Break off! Get ready!
Okay, cavalry over here. Can charge here and here. And I think that's the last of their units, so...
Men are wavering.
Which men are wavering?
Sons of gold!
You. What unit are you? Okay, you're this unit.
Warriors!
Should come all the way back. Hey. Nice. Now we're gonna select our axemen. Charge them into the enemy.
Naked swords!
And we can charge our naked warriors as well. This should pretty much rout out the entire enemy army. And we're gonna move our general really close, because he does have the fear ability, which is actually quite good. Cavalry to attack over there. Get our general. Yep, and as you can see, the enemy is now completely surrounded.
Warriors ready!
Let's go ahead and rally and inspire everyone.
We are ready!
Warriors eager for blood!
And just position these guys over here to kind of like surround them so that they can't escape. And we're gonna get a couple of you guys as well. Come over here. We really want to surround them. Okay, we get all of our cavalry back here. And a general can go ahead and clear one of the units. There we go. In this one, I am definitely going to continue the battle, and we are going to try our level best to deal with these units. Meanwhile, you go ahead, keep charging. Everyone, keep attacking. General can also attack. Right, so we have a massive army over here that's getting... And a lot of them have already escaped, but we're going to try to kill as many as we can over here. Because keep in mind, while they don't have much of an issue, we do have the problem of plague. So, kind of have to be a little bit careful about that. The general can inspire just to keep these guys. Now we're just going to keep it running. Okay. Just a bunch of units, really. Okay, cavalry have finally gotten into position. And this could take forever, really. You know what, I'm just gonna end the battle because this could take forever. However, a heroic victory, not bad. We did manage to lose only 500 units and we meanwhile killed 6,200, which is pretty good. We might have even wiped out a couple of armies in the process. We didn't lose a single unit, even though we were severely depleted. And of course, we are suffering from the plague as well. So unfortunately, we will not be able to replenish for quite a while. Oh well, gotta go later, Gators. See you, Talksburg. Hopefully we'll get to see a new episode from you. Let's go ahead and we can ransom the captives because we are having public order issues. We don't want to enslave them and get even more public order issues, and we desperately kind of also need the Nervii. So as you can see, they just have a very small remnant of their army. And I'm not going to go ahead and wipe out those armies. I'm just going to keep them there. Now what most people do is they try to wipe them out. The reason I would leave them just as is because that kind of takes up a slot. And alright, you want to attack me? A very elite army? I don't mind. We're going to fight this, and in the next turn we should be able to take Eboracon, which will be quite good. Because taking over Eboracon, it's of the wrong culture group, which means we can pretty much loot the settlement, which should give us a lot of money. And now at long last, we have a fully stacked up army and a fully replenished army. So we're going to see a very, very organized battle over here as opposed to what we were previously fighting of blobs. See you later, Panagiotis, and enjoy your lunch. Bon appetit. Is it moussaka or saganaki? Man, I love Greek food. I went to Greece. Oh my god, fog. Why do the Britons always choose fog? That was kind of like really annoying. These guys up here. A few over here. A couple of you on that left flank. Guys here. Okay. Let's get you over here. General, put you over here. Cavalry on the left and the right flank. And I really can't see my formation, unfortunately. But there is an easier way to do this in the fog. And that is pretty much going to your tactical map. Alright. So it seems like everything seems to be fine. Greek salad with some tzatziki. Nice. Even that is amazing. Greek salad is kind of the only way I eat a salad. Really, I do like Greek salad. The feta cheese, the sun-dried tomatoes. Really nice stuff. Very good combination all around. Hey.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
You can slow down the battle now. We're gonna pull these guys a little bit behind. Meanwhile, you, cavalry, come up forward.
discovered.
And the archers, I want you to hit their cavalry, because the cavalry is going to be the annoying thing. A couple of these archers come back.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Pull you back. There's no point. Meanwhile, cavalry on the left flank, they are going heavily on our left flank for some reason. And we have a melee cavalry that's giving chase, which is kind of good. So we're gonna trap him. Okay, we dealt with one of the cavalry. Yes, we have. So we can hit this cavalry as well. This unit should pretty much lose quite quickly. There's nothing much they can do against Reme Maripos, the might of the Reme Maripos. Chasing them. Make sure they get out of the battle. Alright, and we're gonna pull back our troops. Meanwhile, we can move up our naked warriors. Pull our cavalry on the right flank behind.
Naked swords! Scrappers ready! Warriors, move out! Forward! Orders! Help! Get running! Move it! Charge!
Pull back, pull back. And the naked warriors do a fantastic job, really. Go ahead. Attack these units.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Group 4, pull you behind. Pull you up front. Move this horse unit behind. All the way on the right flank. Let's keep chasing down this cavalry. Okay. Excellent. And Hololive, good morning. He's saying to dedicate one cavalry to chase. I'm gonna move back our Reme Maripos. Keep chasing these guys. 2 of you can come here. Group 4, quick look of what's going on here. Okay, this cavalry has engaged us. Kinda good. You have run way too far. Let's have a quick look of what's going on this side of the battle. And we have dealt with this unit, so we can charge into the backs of these units now.
Noble horse, ready to ride! Ready! Noble horse! Gallic warriors!
Okay, just chase that unit. 4. What are you doing? Just charge into this unit. Yeah, you're gonna get absolutely destroyed over here. And they are out of the battle. Meanwhile, over here, we have dealt with that unit, which means we can kind of turn around, get our cavalry on the right flank to deal with their skirmisher type units. Move our cavalry back. Move this unit behind and around. 2 of you can go here, 2 of you can charge here. Meanwhile, group 4 really can't see what the hell is going on. Really can't see.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, and group 4 can go ahead and charge into these units. Group 3, you're done quite well. Come here. Pull out. Both of our axe warriors can charge on either side. We can even get these guys into the fray. Meanwhile,
Men are wavering.
which men are wavering? Oh, those guys are naked warriors. Let's actually send some of our reserves to bolster up that side of the battlefield. Meanwhile, we can charge now with our Reme Maripos cavalry. Hopefully that will be enough. Okay, pull back the Reme Maripos. Charge them back in. Okay, we can move up our phalanx units. Move them up slightly. Reme Maripos cavalry can come back.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Go ahead, charge over there. Good. General. Moving our general up closer, and we are going to inspire this side. Meanwhile, you have stopped retreating, which is good. Phase down that unit. Okay, our phalanx units have gotten into combat. Group 4, we're gonna pull you around. You can chase these units, hit this unit, hit that unit, hit that unit. Okay. Group 3, you're gonna charge into the backs. We have a couple more reserve swords units that we should try to bring back into the fight. Okay, that's good.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display. Our general is under attack.
General, I'm gonna pull you back. You here. If I could only see properly in this battle. Actually very problematic that I can't. Move our general behind. And I would have pretty much won this battle a lot sooner. I am gonna win it, there's no doubt about it. But the problem is, I really can't see what the hell is going on. For the most part. It's just the Britons being annoying as hell. Always choosing the fog. Kind of forgot these guys. Bring them up forward. Okay. Group 4, pull you back. Group 3, we're gonna get you in this side. General, inspire everyone if you can. You can charge here, charge here, charge here, come all the way here. And we can charge here. Group 4, you're looking good. Chase down that spear unit. Okay, so we're completely wiped out the left flank, from what I understand. What we can do is just move our skirmishers around over here. Keep chasing each individual unit. Okay, and with that we are winning the battle. Just very quickly throw all of our javelins. We're just going to kill the general because, you know, why not? And then gonna end the battle. Just keep throwing javelins into the general. Right, we want the javelineers to kind of stop so that we can just chase him with the cavalry. That should be a lot faster. Really can't see anything. But hopefully the enemy general should die soon.
The enemy general.
There we go, okay. And with that we won the battle. Decisive victory. But it could have been a lot better if we had visibility. However, in the next turn we should be able to easily take the settlement of Caledoni. Alright, with that we have defeated yet another army in the north. We are going to go ahead, ransom off all the captives. And then in the next turn we should be able to easily attack and wipe out that army in the process. And then we're going to have to sit in Britannia up here in the north for a while. At least until we stabilize the situation, and then we can focus completely on the south. Okay, just kind of waiting for the end turns, which kind of get a little bit longer as we are approaching the middle portion of the game. Of course, Rome is going to be quite a tough adversary. They have already expanded quite massively, and it's not even 10 years, I think, in the game. Perhaps maybe 20 years at most, but they already own almost all of the Western Mediterranean, which is really surprising. I haven't seen Rome expand so quickly, but the Carthaginians looks like they haven't put up much of a fight. And as you can see, it's just about almost 20 turns. So it's just 18 years since the start of the game, and Okay, let's quickly attack. Perfect. And we're gonna go ahead and loot up the settlement. Send our spy up north.
The shadows are friends. Is there?
Okay. This general is still taking some casualties, unfortunately. We could attack this, but we are just going to simply wait it out, and we're just going to conquer all of the other settlements, leave these armies kind of stuck over here. The main problem is, of course, they have an army over here which could attack Iska, and Iska is not so well defended. So we might have to peace out these guys in this turn. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take as much as I can and then peace them out.
Speak quickly and well.
Okay, you're moderate. And how can I increase that? Basically by wiping out several of your armies. We're going to ransom off some of your units. Put you back in here. And then we're going to peace you out now.
Welcome. Speak.
Okay, there we go. We are untrustworthy as a result of it, but that's fine for now. We can turn off the taxation over there and quickly dismantle all of the buildings. We don't need them. Okay. Great. Here we want to build another temple. And what we actually want to do is we are taxing this province, I think. Yes, we are. What about this province? This is not being taxed, so we might as well put the slave edict over here, the commercial stimulation edict. That should pretty much boost the economy of this province quite significantly. However, we are still losing money, unfortunately, so there is no point. Of course, we are going to get a rebellion in the next turn, regardless of our taxes being turned off, so we might as well turn them on and gain some money. And Britannia is only making a 3,400, but it will improve, I guarantee it. Meanwhile, okay, this character has leveled up. We can get some extra abilities for him. Quick look at our politics. Everything seems to be fine. And level up this character as well. As we can level up this character, marry off this character, and use her to improve the public order in, let's say, Caledonia at Hibernia. And let's end the turn. Make sure to leave third and fourth class population in Britain, mostly skirmishers. Yes, Hololive, that is a good suggestion. However, what I will be doing is I will leave one entirely professional army in the north. I don't need a lot of armies in Britannia, not anymore at least, because of course, you know, I do hold all of these strategic settlements in Britannia. And pretty much the only place the Caledoni can attack me is from the sea or... Okay, I'm not going to help you. From the sea or from the north, and the north is very easy to defend if you hold Eboricon, so there's no way the Caledoni are going to be able to push up against me. So eventually what that means is that I am going to be able to move one army down south. Pretty much, maybe, most likely it will be my faction leader, and that's what I'm hoping for, but he is now suffering from disease, and so once that is done, then yes, we can perhaps bring down another army, and once that happens, then the Lusitania are really at a disadvantage. Alright. Okay, so here we are in the next turn. We're going to leave that spy up there. Meanwhile, we have another spy. We're going to bring him down south. And the way to do it is to actually move him over here and then just click on some random place. Okay, there we go. Wonderful. Still losing income. Let's have a quick look at our income. It is on low, that is why. And we are constantly going to get a lot of public order issues due to raiding. That's the main problem. Building unrest. You know what? We don't really need to build this. We can build this one. That gives more public order, and I'm happy with that. Cultural conversion wise, we are looking pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with that. Meanwhile, up here we want to build just a couple of temples. Nothing much else. We're going to march our army back down towards Rete. And we are going to go into patrol stands to help with that public order just a little bit more. Eventually we're going to have to deal with these pirates. Okay. Now over here we want to dismantle this building and build up some temples to help with the public order situation in that province. We can go ahead and even level up some buildings over here, so that's what I am going to do. Alright. Get a public order. Alright. Perfect. Technology wise, we have done researching as well. So what we need next is... I really don't know much about barbarian technology, however, I think what we can do is... Wow, that cultural conversion is going to take forever. What we can do is just get the public order, which is what we need, as well as the loyalty for other party members. Okay, what we can do as well is just improve the public order in Aquitania. And a quick look at our settlement over here. We can put up that horse. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save up some money if I can, as I eventually want to build up this army over here. Very quickly see if I can piece out these guys.
My time is better spent
They're
feasting.
still on low. These guys are a little bit better off, I think.
Are
They
you
will
brave or
accept a
foolish,
confederation
or just mad? Well,
if I pay
speak.
them for it.
I will listen before I turn you in.
No, they will not. Okay. What we need to do is kind of attack this army.
To battle.
It's going to retreat, unfortunately. And we're going to have to march back as close to Burdigala as possible. We don't have a lot of troops over there, so we could get attacked in the next turn. However, what I am going to do is I'm going to end the turn, take a quick washroom break, and I'll see you all in the next turn. Alright, I'm back. Just in time. Hey, here we go. Gonna deploy you back in Burdigala. We're gonna stay put over here for a while at least. And over here we want to build this building, not a temple. Okay, we really need to improve the public order in Britannia. Because once we do that, then our economy should be much better. As you can see, Britannia is now making about 4,700 denarii. This guy unfortunately still has plague.
For the tribe.
And we are going to have to move you into the settlement of Caledoni for that replenishment. Once you're done replenishing, then we can kind of move our general, this guy, out of there. Hopefully he will be done with his plague by that time. And what we are going to do is we're going to try to march him down south and actually conquer Namnetum, because I am sick and tired of having an incomplete province, which is really hurting our economy. not much else to do in this turn, so we could end the turn. And you know what? Actually, I think chariots are costing me quite a lot. Actually have a look over here. 463 for chariots. They're pretty expensive. If I get rid of my chariots, which I don't think are actually necessary, then I will be saving a lot of money. So let's actually get rid of our chariots. There we go, okay. And the character has leveled up as well. This guy over here, we're gonna give him some campaign movement. Mew, welcome to the live stream. Glad to have you with us, and thank you for the compliment. And just look at Massalia, man. They're massive. They're forming up a nice border against us and the Romans, which is kind of helpful. But very soon we'll have to declare war against them as well, because we want to control the entirety of Gallia and maybe even Raetia and Noricum before we invade the Italian peninsula. And yes, I just can't wait for this army to finish his shenanigans with that plague, you know. Just annoying in general. They have ended the non-aggression, which is interesting. Slugos won Nervii and finally has gotten rid of the plague, which is good. Should be able to replenish in just about 3 turns, providing we have enough population to do so. We're just gonna wait in Moridunan. Meanwhile, our other army is almost fully replenished. We are going to bring him away. I don't know. Moridunan. You know what? I'm actually going to march this army away from Moridunan and keep this army all the way over there in Caledoni, so that I can get my main general out. And this guy over here doesn't have a champion, so let's actually give him the champion to level him up, because our main faction leader is pretty well leveled up. I mean, he's already completely leveled up, so we don't need the champion in him anymore. So we can just troll.
Ready for battle.
Okay, that's good. Perfect. Meanwhile, can even upgrade this character over here, get a couple more of campaign range movement, and of course the morale. And our spy. I think everything is done for this turn. There's nothing much else to do in this turn. We can have a quick look at our politics. Everything seems to be fine. Caledonia and Hibernia is suffering a little bit, so let's actually improve the public order in that province. We have a couple of temples and slowly building up on that Celtic culture over there as well. That is great. Mew, I'm sorry for asking something unrelated to your live stream, but I started a Greece campaign and saw the new mercenary barracks. How do I use them? Built one in Greece and doesn't recruit anything. Athens campaign, I mean, sorry. Mew, it's fine. You can ask any question you so desire on this live stream, even if it's not pertaining to the live stream itself. And I do believe the mercenary barracks should give access to your mercenary units. So basically, Athenian mercenary pikemen, for example, come from the mercenary barracks. So yeah, there are several units that are there in the Athenian roster with the prefix of mercenary mentioned in them. So if you actually build a mercenary barracks, you will get access to those units like mercenary, I believe, thorax spearmen, mercenary Thurio spearmen, mercenary hoplites. You have those as well. So yeah, definitely it's worth. However, they don't come from the 4th class population for Athens. They come from the 3rd class population, which is quite good actually, if you ask me, because you have a pretty much a very similar system to Rome, in that you can get really decent 3rd class population units as Athens. Diplomatic strength, call to arms. Let's actually get diplomatic strength. The daughter has come of age, which is kind of nice. Keep moving my general down south. Meanwhile, I want you to go towards Moridun and don't want you to kind of backstab me over there. Let's just move you out. And we can upgrade this temple as well. It's only 180. 492, might as well get you. We're still struggling as far as our economy is concerned. But soon enough, we should be able to turn the situation around. As you can see, Britannia is slowly rising in terms of economy. So yes, we should be able to deal with that quite quickly, hopefully. Roderick Utreson, welcome to the live stream. I also think a lot of mercenary units are locked behind reforms. Yes, that is absolutely true. So the Thurio spearmen, for example, are locked behind the Thurios reforms. Thorax spearmen are locked behind the Thorax reforms. The pikemen themselves, they are locked behind the Thurios reforms, for example. So you can't get them straight off the bat. But as you expand and as you hit your second reforms as well as Imperium level 3, then probably would make a lot more sense to get some mercenary barracks. We pretty much fought just 2 wars against the Caledoni, and in 2 wars we managed to capture about 2 settlements from them. So it's been pretty slow up here north in Britannia, and they are moving very aggressively. They might be looking for a 3rd war, which I am pretty much okay with. Because in this 3rd and final war, we will eliminate the faction, and by doing so, we will no longer require any army to be present in Britannia, which means we can kind of move our armies down south. Lucas Lemon, welcome to the live stream. Glad to have you with us. I see. Yeah, thanks. I was wondering why it didn't let me recruit them. Alright, some of the characters have leveled up. Economy-wise, still struggling. But this army has completely replenished, so, or almost completely replenished, so we can move him towards Moridun and get some campaign map movement. Meanwhile, our general over here moved down south. Ooh, the pirates, I hope they don't attack me. They could, technically. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with this. Maybe we can even send a character to improve the public order in Britannia if we can afford to do so. Because getting Britannia to the maximum public order is what's going to give us a significant boost to our taxation. So let's go ahead and dismantle this building. We can build yet another cattle pens. We no longer require that stables over there. And that stables is actually costing us 300 to maintain, as well as some food. And that is going to factor in to our overall income. As you can see, we can make at least 300 more denarii in Britannia. So there's no point keeping that building over there. Meanwhile, these characters over here can go ahead, get some empire maintenance. You as well can improve this way. Excellent. And yeah, with that we can go ahead once again end the turn. Nothing much to do. What happened in this 1 hour live stream? So far it's not been 1 hour, it's been 2 hours so far. Lucas Lemon, and quite a bit. I have managed to push the Lusitani back, however we are still at war with them. They did manage to release a couple of Gallic factions in the south in Narbonensis, and I am at war with those factions currently. And I will have to eventually try to take over those two settlements once again. However, I don't feel that will be possible within this episode, but we will have to see how that goes. What we really need is to hit our next level of Imperium, because that will give us access to a bit more armies and a bit more admirals, which means we can get even more, admiral generals, admiral governors as well as governor generals. And as such, once that is done, then we have a pretty good situation, especially in Britannia and Gallia. Once we stabilize Britannia and Gallia, then we should be making quite a lot of money, which means we can recruit, at least by my estimate, another 2 full stacks. And with 5 full stacks, then we are looking to be in a very, very strong position. Daughter has come of age, and as you can see, our economy is slowly picking up. Britannia, as I mentioned, will obviously increase in terms of having to dismantle that stables. Very quickly, let's just position our army over here in Moridunan, further improve that public order. Meanwhile, we can upgrade our champion as well. And soon enough, we should have a public order under control, because we are in the process of building the Sanctuary of Rutis, which is the main public order building. Alright, down south over here, we can get some Reme Maripos cavalry now. We want to get about 5 more of these guys. And then I'm pretty much happy with the composition. Our spy has reached all the way down south, which is kind of good news. Now we can see clearly what's going on over here. And our general, meanwhile, we're going to move him into Cenabum. Put him on patrol stance. Okay. So yes, pretty much we have a very good situation right now. We're quite decent overall. And yeah, not much else I want to do. Maybe I could get a couple of characters married off in preparation for, of course, when I need some extra armies. Go ahead, educate some characters as well, and end the turn. So we have the Roma dealing with the Lusitanians, and they have already taken the province of, I believe it's called Aracilum, if I'm not mistaken. So the Lusitanians have actually lost their access to us, which is good news. But the bad news is we are now bordered by the Romans, and if they declare war on us, then this campaign could be all done but dusted. And yeah, I really don't want that to happen, but we have good relationships with them for now. We have a non-aggression as well as a trade agreement, and we are at war with similar factions, so they should pretty much like us for it. Eventually, of course, we are going to have to attack Roma itself. We're going to have to invade the Italian peninsula. And once we do that, then yeah, it's pretty much a very straightforward game. And I might even call the live stream, call it off with the live stream for this Nervii campaign, because there's nothing much else to do, and the campaign will become pretty much very boring because no faction will be able to stand up to us if, of course, we have dealt with the Romans. In the next turn, I'm expecting my general to have a level replenished quite a fair bit. We can get this civil development since we are researching civil technology. Quickly select it again. And as you can see, he's nearly completely replenished. We do have a bit more population, so I can Just inch him a little bit closer towards Namnetum and deploy him over there. It's going to take 1 turn to completely replenish, and then I can march towards Namnetum and take over the entirety of Gallia, which is what we want. Meanwhile, economy is bouncing pretty strong, pretty hard, and that is what I like to see. And can even improve the public order in Aquitania, I think. However, improving it in Caledonia and Hibernia is more important, and I believe some temples should be done. So we're going to see the ones that actually give us the maximum Celtic culture, and it is, of course, the Sanctuary of Veratetis, as well as we're going to get one that improves public order. So let's actually build up both of them so that the public order keeps improving. Okay, so we don't have any money left, but we are going to rectify that soon enough. Aggressor Roma, so I'm going to decline. Obviously, I don't want to fight against Roma, just not yet. They have declared war against the Balearic Islands, which got its independence surprisingly in this campaign. A trade agreement, and they're going to pay me for it, and I might as well accept it because I don't plan to attack them in the near future. I'm just going to sit behind and kind of wait it out. Stabilize Britannia before I plan any further expansions into Britannia itself. So we should have a good amount of money in the next turn. About 11,000 denarii. And very soon I will start recruiting yet another army. That's pretty much what I want to do. What I really need is to hit that Imperium level 4. And unfortunately I am not able to do that because I have lost a couple of provinces. Thanks to the Lusitani, who are being absolutely smacked by the Romans as we speak. Alright. We took a reliability hit. No, we did not. See the Romans. If we can actually get a defensive agreement with you, that would be swell. Oh, we can't. So, let's see. The Gaetuli. Are you at war with the Romans? You are. So I don't want a trade agreement with you. I don't want a trade agreement. Who are the Romans at war with exactly? Okay, the Gaetuli, the Namneti. Alright, we could get some better relationships with the Romans if we declare war against the Namneti, and that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to march closer into their territory and declare the war and wipe them out. However, we have a bit of money over here that we can use to get some more cattle pens. Meanwhile, down over here we can further improve this jewel smith. And over here we want to build yet another stables so that we can get really good cavalry in this province. Okay, and I'm happy with keeping our money as is. What we can do is keep educating our characters. Go ahead, keep educating them, as well as engage in some politics since we have some money to do so. Quickly improve her authority as well as her zeal, and send her on a vacation to improve her cunning as well. Meanwhile, can we marry off some other characters? Yes, we can. So let's marry off this character. We can even promote some characters, so let's try to do that. Let's promote this character. And can we improve the public order in Britannia, which is what we want to do. And there we go, we have improved the public order in Britannia. It's quite good. Alright. And a problem with the agricultural economy is that during winter, it really suffers. You get a massive penalty to agricultural income. So Pretty much other economies such as commerce and industry are stable despite what season it is during the year. However, with agricultural economy, it kind of dips during winter and it's kind of at its maximum during harvest season, which is autumn. So yeah, it's not a good idea to depend solely on agricultural income, because especially during the winter, you might find yourself in a deficit if you're not careful. Fighting against the Romans is going to be incredibly hard. So moderate. Can I create a satrapy out of you? Do I have enough money? No. Okay, then I'm not going to accept it. Because I'm not in the mood to piece you out just as yet, because I definitely want to own Tolosa itself. I'm French and I like your videos. Bonjour mon ami, comment ça va? Sharon, welcome to the live stream and thank you for the compliment. J'espère que tout va bien. And let's go ahead and actually get the agrarian yield. Okay, perfect. Alright, and now you can see Gallia is making a 13,000 denarii per turn, but if we conquer Namnetum, then we will make a lot more. So what we are going to do, we're going to disband that trade agreement, get in touch with the Romans, ask them if we can join the war against the Namnetes. And it is on moderate. They refuse. And a quick look at the diplomacy of the Namnetes. They don't have any allies, so we could just straight up just attack Namnetum. And we can auto-resolve this because it is a Celtic province and we're going to simply occupy it. And of course, with that, now the Namneti are suffering. Hold on. Why aren't they suffering? Oh, they've gone all the way over here. They've kind of migrated. We could piece them out, but I am going to stay in the war. I mean, I might as well. And we're going to disband this building, upgrade this building. And as you can see, our economy is like now massively improved. It's 20,000 denarii per turn. We're making 10,000 denarii per turn. And what I am actually going to do is I'm going to stop this edict over here and put the commercial stimulation edict instead in Gallia itself. And with that, we should be in a good position to push down south, conquer the last two remaining settlements over here. And if we do that, then pretty much we are looking quite good for the rest of the campaign. What I could do is I could attack. But yeah, I could attack Tolosa. And that's actually what I'm gonna do in perhaps the next turn. So let's actually recruit a couple more Reme Maripos, get rid of the other cavalry that we don't need, and I want to get some more Reme Maripos. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to embezzle funds once again. We can improve the zeal as well as the authority of this character. We could send her on yet another vacation. Now maybe I can recruit just about one more Reme Maripos, which is fairly okay because I have also run out of population and we just need 2 more units to complete this stack as well. However, that being said and done, let's quickly have a look at our dignitary. We can get some improvements to our dignitary and our income is now at 11,000 denarii per turn, which is fantastic. Meanwhile, Britannia is slowly improving its public order, which means in the long run we should have about the same economy up and running in Britannia, and with that we should have a surplus of 30,000 denarii. At least that's what I predict. We can issue another edict, so we might as well issue the Fell Slaves edict over here. We have the commercial stimulation over here. and over here, and over here. Okay, I think that's about it. Alright, let's go ahead and end the turn. And hopefully in the next turn we will be able to wipe out all the splinter factions in Narbonensis. Once we do that, I think our next target is going to be the Massalians, which should be quite interesting. They are pretty significant and pretty massive empire, or kingdom rather. I wouldn't call them an empire. They're pretty small in comparison to us. But yeah, pretty much that's going to be the next episode. But we still have a lot ahead of us for this episode, so don't log off just yet. Marcus Aurelius, hi, welcome to the live stream. Marcus Aurelius, guys, is one of the guys who helped me with the Realistic Legion submod. And in fact, him and Noniak actually created the submod, and I basically helped create the shields for that submod and update it to the relevant shields at the time period. I'm glad to have you with us, Marcus Aurelius, in the live stream. Alright, seems like the Namneti have kind of come back into Gallia, unfortunately. And over here what we can build is this building gives just 800 wealth and 8% from all commerce. What else do we have? We have this is giving us commerce, all sources. So we might as well get this one. Might as well build that. Yep, we might as well build that. So now let's try to piece out the Namnetis.
I have little gain in
You're moderate, and you will accept. Okay, that's good. I'm happy with that. And we're gonna march you. Wait, the Lusitania over here could potentially attack Namnetum. Gonna have to stay in here for a couple of turns, but the good news is we have a lot of money which we can use to improve our provinces. So let's actually go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, select characters to improve the public order in certain provinces. We can do that in Aquitania. We can also improve the authority and zeal of this character, and perhaps even marry off some of our family members. So let's actually end up doing that. And this character cannot marry, however she can. And we can also educate a character if we can afford to do so. Okay, perfect. We still have some money left over. And even our dignitary over here has leveled up. Hey Smith, welcome to the live stream. Thank you. And what we are going to do is going to get that extra tax rate, commerce and growth. That's fine. Oh, right. This guy was a cultural conversion dignitary. So that is, of course, what I need to do is I need to get a new dignitary over here that will improve the tax gain or the economy over here. Meanwhile, we can just keep moving this dignitary up north to culturally convert Eboracon. And I think it's time to upgrade this settlement over here. And with that, we can go ahead and end the turn. Maybe, can we peace out the Lusitani? They should be willing to peace out. And they're still very staunchly against us. I don't understand this whatsoever. However, it is what it is. They really hate us. But we are making full use of whatever. Get the army upkeep cost reduction. Get the replenishment rate as well. I think, yes, we want to focus on that replenishment rate just in case. Dealing with the pirates is something we would want to do in the long run. However, we don't have the economy for that kind of stuff right now. And we don't even have the slots for an extra admiral, so we definitely have to wait and see. I think we might have slots because we can get 4 dignitaries, which means we should be at Imperium level 4 if I'm not mistaken. However, we'll check that out in the next turn. And if we do have Imperium level 4, then I can get some more Governor Generals, which is good for the province of Britannia. Which reminds me, what we need to research next is to improve our academy. Because if we improve our academy, then any new generals that we hire will get a lot of free skills. And we don't have to wait for them to level up, which is quite useful. Let's see if we can actually pay the Romans to declare war against these Gallic factions. That might make it slightly easier to, confederate them. So let's have a quick look first and see if we can recruit more generals. And yes, we can. So we might as well recruit a governor general. And we want to recruit one up here. And then we want another admiral general over here. So let's quickly look at what politicians we can hire. Wow, they are expensive. They are mad expensive. So we are going to just put our family members over there, because we have a lot of family members. Let's actually see which family member is ideal. This guy is in Atuataka. Alright. This guy is also in Atuataka, which is our capital. You're in Atuataka, I'm guessing? You should be, okay. Construction cost, that's not very helpful. Zeal, again, not very helpful. Yeah, we don't have really good choices, so I'm just going to select random 2 people. Let's go for a guy who's not our son, because we want our son to eventually become the faction leader, and we don't have a son, so we might as well just select anyone. So let's select the husbands. So the husbands would be Satiolos as well as Adbugio. So let's recruit Satiokos. Adbugio, we're going to raise an army, reinstate legacy, Elder of Namnetum. No, we're gonna raise a new army, give you the spear unit, put you in Rete, and rename you Elder of Rete. Okay, and the other person, whatever his name was, I will remember it when I see it. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna raise a fleet over here. Put you in Moridunan. That's giving me a lot of public order, which is excellent. Moridunan. Alright. And now you can see our economy is rising fairly quickly, especially in Gallia. We're making 24,000 denarii per turn, which is fantastic. Okay, now what we want to do, we want to see the Romans if they will declare war against, join the war against the Aushi. It's on low. Maybe I can pay you a little bit for it. What if I pay you all of my money? Moderate. And you reject. Alright, let's see. Peace treaty. It's on high, which means I could perhaps confederate these guys. But if I do that, I will take charge of one army, and I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is actually raise another one of my characters as an army and reinstate the legacy of Lugos. Okay, let's just see our ledger, because I do remember struggling with the naming convention. So we have Slugos 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to name this Slugos 5. Alright. Slougos 5 Britannia. Okay, that's good. Now we are going to
Gods
confederate
of the
you.
afterlife, spare my arse. Well,
No, we
why do you
can't
trouble my
confederate you. That
digestion
is
today?
surprising. Hmm. 25, 25, 25. And you have a pretty decent army over here. So we are just going to get a couple of Reme Maripos and we're going to attack them in the next turn. And yeah, let's see how that goes. Meanwhile, this character over here, can you improve the public order in Britannia? Yes, you can. So go ahead and do that. Can we promote some characters? We can. So let's promote some characters to improve our taxation even further. And now we are starting to have a little bit of denarii left over in our treasury, which is always good news. Meanwhile, okay, we're just going to leave those cattle pens over there. And we are going to upgrade all of our farms. Just have a quick look at our dignitaries, the ones that are available. This guy is amazing, plus 4 tax and 2 public order. Let's go ahead and get him. Meanwhile, move the other character up north to help with the cultural conversion of Eboracon, and then we can end the turn. Okay, so I'm pretty much very happy with the situation in Britannia right now. We have one full stack up there. We're making about 14,000 denarii per turn, a minimum of 10,000 denarii per turn. And that's actually quite good, which means we should be able to push against the Caledoni quite soon. However, we do have a trade agreement with them. We have to watch out for that. And eventually, once we take over the entirety of the British Isles, then we no longer need any army in the north, and we can move 3 stacks down south, which will be very crucial to, you know, our ability to wage war, especially in the mainland of Europe. Alright, a character has returned from mission. Okay, we have a character who has also increased in rank. Let's have a quick look. It's a spy up north. Go ahead, give him the remaining abilities. And our dignitary can come into Eboracon. Deploy him over there. That will help with the cultural conversion. Let's have a quick look at our influence. We have 24 Celtic influence versus 20 Britannic, which means we should have a Celtic majority in the long run. Our other dignitary, meanwhile, we can move him towards the Stonehenge, deploy him over there. And they should give a lot. Alright, how do I get the public order? Just as it is, and local construction cost. We can give him some public order, as well as a trade agreement tariffs. That's great. We can even build up some more farms. Go ahead, upgrade them. It's gonna tank our public order, but we are slowly beginning to control our public order, and the more we have our governor generals, the more we will be able to manage our public order. So that is good news. Meanwhile, a quick look at our ranks. Do any of them give cultural conversion? None of them do, so that is unfortunate. Let's very quickly see if we can actually attack over here. Alright, I think the Lusitanians are no longer over here, so I could just march all the way around. But that's going to take forever, so what I am actually going to do is I'm going to march sort of kind of over here. not onto the land. I could select the land, but I just want to test this out. Because in the next turn I should have fleet movement points, which means I will have a lot of movement points, which means I can come all the way down south, hopefully. Very quick look at our politics. And we can go ahead and improve the authority as well as the zeal for some characters. We can educate some other characters. Go ahead, keep educating our characters. And now we want to improve the authority and zeal of our other characters. So pretty much let's improve her zeal, and then we send this character on a vacation to improve her own cunning. Give her that as well as that. All of you get that extra gravitas, that's very helpful. Extra gravitas is always helpful. Gravitas. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's go ahead, end the turn, and let's see what happens with our movement points for our main army in the next turn. And as you can see, our economy took a bit of a hit because we are an agricultural based economy in Britannia, and because of which we are losing about 5,000 denarii, which is pretty significant. And that's why having an agricultural economy, solely an agricultural economy, is not ideal, because during the winter you will lose a lot of that income. I think the future plan is to kind of have a fleet in the north. And oh my god, this Lusitanian is over here. Which is rather annoying. What do we have? Yes. Okay. Let's actually fight this. I think we might be able to win this. So, and I definitely want to fight it because I don't want to give up the settlement. Okay. Let's get our guys into safety. And we can just start the battle straight up. Meanwhile, these guys will come entirely through this narrow passage, so we can deploy some spear units over here. Alright. Get a couple of these guys over here. Get our slingers up here. And our swordsmen up here. Okay, let's group up everyone. And you, town mob, you can attack the enemy from behind. Slingers, go ahead, attack their units. Alright, that's good. They're all coming into this side, which means we can flank them effectively and get these guys to attack over here.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Alright, that slinger is taking a bit of damage, which is good. I'm gonna move up a couple of these guys up ahead. And now we can attack them from the side as well. Okay, we can attack the general from behind. That's good. Oh, no. I always put my lingers in group 2. What's going on?
This is a shameful
This is a mess. Jesus, I might lose the battle because
Our
of this.
men flee the field of battle. This is a
That
shameful
was messed
display.
up, man.
Our men flee the field of
That was
battle.
absolutely messed up.
This is a shameful display. Our general is
Get
under
these two
attack.
guys up front. Yeah, I'm gonna lose the settlement because
Our
of that
men
error.
flee the field of battle.
That was a mad mistake, man. I should have grouped them normally as I
Our
normally
men
group
flee
them.
the field of battle.
Very irritating. And I actually moved the wrong units. Jeez, man, the Lusitania is so bloody annoying. You're pretty much getting smacked by the Romans. You're like down to like 2 provinces, yet you're all the way up north here with your stupid little fleet. Backstabbing. Alright. Anyways, I have an army nearby and I should be able to deal with them. Hopefully they don't release a faction. Good. So I'll get rid of that fleet in the next turn. I will release a guide on how to do that. Definitely. Create no, not create satrapy. No, I'm not piecing you out. I don't know why I can only create a satrapy out of you. Annoying Lusitanians. And that did work. I did get a lot more movement, but let's just auto-resolve this. Kick you in the nuts. Peacefully occupy the settlement and build up once again. You should be able to replenish. Maybe I can put you in the port actually. And hopefully that will give you more movement range and you can move all the way towards maybe Burdigala or even this area over here, because then I can land in the next turn all the way down south. So yeah, because of that stupid error in my grouping, I kind of selected the wrong unit and moved my main front line. That tends to happen in my playthroughs a lot because I tend to fast forward a lot of insignificant battles. Let's improve all of these buildings if we can. And we want to edict back up over there and end the turn. I might just use one army to attack this pirate fleet because, you know, it's an annoying pirate fleet and I really want to get rid of all the fleets in the area because this pirate fleet could also come down towards Namnetum and I would really pull my hair out if that happened. So might just move that army all the way from Murudun all the way towards Iska and then just attack this pirate fleet and auto-resolve it. Oh man, the Massalians have taken over. I swear to God, if you take Tolosa, I'm declaring war on you. Okay, let's move you all the way over here. That should be quite good. And meanwhile, we're going to move this army towards Iska. Declare war to basically kill that pirate faction. And we have leveled up in terms of our technology. So what we need to do next is perhaps get the tax labor, I would say. That's pretty important. I mean, I could get this that would help me improve my my academy, or my veterans hall as the barbarian version is called. However, I think focusing on my economy is far more important. Quick look at our politics. Can we improve Britannia? Gallia is struggling a little bit. Let's improve the public order in Gallia. And go ahead, educate any other remaining characters. We have just 2 more characters to educate. Meanwhile, we were in the process of improving the stats of this character, so let's continue to do that. And go on a vacation to improve your cunning. Perfect. Promote some characters for some extra tax rate. Excellent. More public order is always welcome. And let's go ahead and end the turn once again. Nothing much else to do. And I really hope to God that they do not take Tolosa. Non-aggression. You know what? I'm okay with the non-aggression with you for now, because that would ensure that you wouldn't attack me, which is pretty much a good thing to have while I still stabilize the situation in Britannia. Ooh. You nearly took Tolosa. I would have declared war against you had you done that. But anyways, I'm going to declare war against you in the next episode. So yeah, there's no escaping that. Massalia, you own some Gallic territory that I want. And you kind of took Narbonensis, or Narbo really. And that was really not cool. Okay, let's see our main army and how far he can move. He can move all the way over here, which is great. So let's actually move him all the way over there. Fantastic. And we're gonna move our other army. Hopefully this army will be able to... Yes, and he is able to. So we can enslave all the captives for now. And now, will you join our confederation? Will you join peacefully?
Gods of the afterlife, spare my
Can't join our
hearts.
confederation. I don't understand why. So yeah, we're just gonna peacefully occupy the settlement. Fantastic. And we have dealt with that faction. Meanwhile, we're gonna make this into a food-based province because we really need some food eventually. And we have a Lusitanian army over here. Won't be able to do much. Meanwhile, this guy over here can get some more army upkeep cost reduction as well as some further abilities. I believe if I look over here, it's this ability that unlocks the legacy of Brennus, which is what we need. So let's actually get the melee attack skill for all infantry. Spear armed units, that's also really good. So let's get that, which gives you the legacy of Brennus. Meanwhile, we can get this. Finally, what I wanted to see. we get stalwart heart defenders, which gives unfettered warriors. Okay,
I live to
so let's
serve
get
people
the...
of Gaul.
Alright, perfect. Wonderful.
For battle. For the tribe.
What does our population over here look like? Okay, it's pretty decent. And what we need to do is prepare for the war against the Massalians, who are at war with Roma.
As you,
So that means
the gods of
by declaring war against them, we will only improve our relationship with Roma. So it seems like everything has worked out in the end for us. And now that our fleet or our general is over here, let's move and try to catch that fleet. He might retreat, which is rather annoying. We'll push you back towards Iska. Quick look at whether we can improve the public order of Britannia, and we can. So we are looking at 32 public order increment, which is excellent, which is kind of what we need. Meanwhile, our dignitary over here is leveled up, so let's get that tax rate increment, as well as our general over here is leveled up, so we can give him some campaign map movement. That being said and done, let us actually begin to recruit another army over here. So we get 4 of these guys, a baggage train, 4 of these guys, and a couple of these guys. And we want some spearmen. We're getting our 3rd army up and running, which is excellent. I mean, I could recruit the Nervii Maripos, but I am waiting for this province to completely build up. And once it's completely built up, we should be able to get some pretty insane cavalry. And speaking of which, I don't really need to recruit this many troops over here. What I can do is dedicate the improvements to these buildings. And I don't have a lot left. So I am going to embezzle funds just so I can improve that final one. Perfect. In about 16 turns, we should have a really good charge bonus. So this building over here gives you your charge bonus. And as well as this building over here gives you a charge bonus. So by getting that, we're pretty much in a situation where we can have really powerful cavalry able to be recruited from the province of Aquitania, which means we will have really elite cavalry in general. I mean, the Nervii Maripos is already amazing, but of course, you know, getting those bonuses are going to make them even more powerful. And being said and done, we will be able to pretty much own the Western Hemisphere, as the Nervii Maripos is the best cavalry available to any faction in the Western Hemisphere, all the way up to pretty much in Persia, and of course the nomads, where you will find some competition. However, with that being said and done, let's go ahead and end the turn. And maybe, just maybe, we can call it an end of the episode as well. We have managed to stabilize the situation. The British Isles is split between the Caledoni and ourselves. We eventually want to push them out of the British Isles completely. What we do need in the future is we need a fleet to deal with all of the piracy issues that we are facing in the British Channel. And yes, what we do need is to conquer the entirety of the British Isles as well, so that we can move our other stack down below. But for now, we have a stack that is being built up, so we will have 3 stacks in mainland Europe, which is pretty good. And with that, they want a trade agreement. No, I'm not accepting it. And with 3 stacks, I think we should be able to take on the Massalians. Starting off course with the province of Narbonensis, and then eventually pushing into Cisalpina before the Romans can get there, because... Alright, you want to attack me? That's fine. We are going to auto-resolve this. It's good for me because I get some extra experience. And the reason I want to rush Cisalpina is because it will have a lot of Celtic culture, so I don't want the Romans to get there before me. However, it's not going to be easy because, of course, they are the Romans and they do expand very quickly. And if I do control Cisalpina with a lot of Celtic influence, then I will have a good position from which I can invade Latium as well as Magna Graecia. Let's quickly move our character behind and wipe out this Lusitanian army. Meanwhile, over here, we want to build up a temple. Go ahead. I don't know if I should dismantle this and instead get that stables, which gives me extra movement speed for my cavalry, which is quite useful considering, well, these guys have 8 movement speed, which is crazy to say the least. And is it because I've spec'd my general in that way? Okay, I have one ability that improves movement speed. And I haven't really taken the campaign range movement with this guy. However, I have taken him with the other generals, so I have kind of changed my composition up a little bit. And I do prefer the campaign map movement range because that is a lot better. Okay, Britannia, Gallia. Okay, so it's all looking quite good. We can upgrade these temples over here. And of course, with that, our influence is increasing, which means we should be able to convert this into Celtic culture, after which I might declare war against the Caledoni and take out the remaining regions that are under their control. However, a quick look over here, we can upgrade this building as well. And nothing much else to do. Aquitania is looking quite good as well. Meanwhile, we're having some public order issues over here, and that's because maybe our taxation is on high. We can put our taxation. Now we need to maintain our taxation. What we're gonna do is we're gonna recruit some more units over here. Alright. Perfect. And with that, I think I am done with the episode, so I thank each and every one of you for tuning in and watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you liked the video, then like the video and don't forget to subscribe if you are interested for more. Peace and love.